So for those of you who don't know me and what I do, I basically make videos criticizing, sometimes harshly criticizing, people I call watch liars. These are Christian evangelical types who are most likely truly Christians most of the time, but they are caught up in this false doctrine of a pre-tribulation rapture that is going to whisk all Christians from earth into heaven prior to the worst time ever in human history called the Great Tribulation. This is not a new doctrine, but it's just gotten into a real fevered pitch the past 10 years with social media. We now have, instead of a book or two coming out each year by people like Hal Lindsey or, the Left Behind series by Tim LaHaye, we now have daily the potential for thousands and thousands of messages from everybody and anybody on social media who says, I'm a watchman on the wall, and I speak on behalf of God, and I'm here to tell you Jesus is coming soon. The rapture is soon. You better get ready. And I know this because of my observations of news events. I mean, that's essentially the entire thing. And the problem I have with it is they know good and well that they're probably wrong because so many people have been wrong for so long. They don't really believe it themselves. They like to think it's true, but they don't believe it. Yet they come on in God's name, representing Jesus Christ, representing Christianity, and they make all these claims that turn out to be false, and they never repent. They just do it again and again and again. And they do it because there's an audience for it, and they love the attention they're getting. So they're just using God's name for attention and ginning people up with excitement consistently and constantly all the time because it's fun. And that's all there is to it. And then they claim, well, I'm a minister. The guy on the left here, Barry Scarborough, has been thankfully off YouTube for a while, but he came back to visit, and he's one of the worst offenders. He's got, tens of thousands of followers who have believed his lies for many years. He claims to be a minister. He says, I'm running a ministry. The ministry I have is I'm a watchman on the wall for Jesus Christ. That's a blatant lie. No one has ever assigned this guy to be a watchman defined as, I'm going to tell you Jesus is coming soon based on news events. He doesn't have that authority. He's not John the Baptist. He can just claim Jesus is coming soon and you have to believe me because I said so. Whose authority does he think he has? Actually, he just has the authority of tens of thousands of people who want him to say that all the time. And if he doesn't say that, they don't watch him. They get disgruntled and angry. So these two got together and, they started talking again about the latest thing, the eclipse, and, it's 2024, and that must mean rapture soon, even though tens of thousands of people around the world have said the same thing for millennia. This time they're right, though. They got it. And let's listen to a clip here, and you'll hear the gobbledygook, okay? This is the standard double speak of all of these watch liars.
And I know endless study has gone into both 31 and 30 as the time frames, right? That gets us back into the Final Four conversation. But yeah, it definitely gets us into 24 for sure, Tyler.
And here's the thing, guys. I want to make sure we at least say this, that this is all stuff very worth considering, very worth getting excited about. But in no way is Barry or myself or any of us trying to set a date for the rapture or trying to get you to put your hope in a particular date, even a particular year. Because here's the thing. We have to remain solid in this, that our hope is not in a date, but our hope is in Jesus Christ. And because of this, it doesn't matter what comes and goes. You won't be shaken because there's only one solid rock. Everything else is sinking sand. Jesus is the solid rock. So you place your faith and your hope in him, and he's coming. He's coming soon. But when you look at all these things and we can talk about them amongst, the family of God, we're encouraged by them. They're incredibly interesting and exciting, and they should serve to, encourage our walk with the Lord, encourage our, zeal to get out and share the gospel. I mean, these are things that we're so excited to talk about and encourage each other with, but we're keeping our faith in Jesus and not being like, all my eggs are in one basket, 2024 or bust. No, it's Jesus or bust.
Yeah.
So notice the number of times he said the word exciting and excited, and it's good to be excited, and it's the excitement that gives us the zeal to actually preach the gospel. So all of your excitement, all of your interest, and in fact all of your encouragement, Tyler, is supposedly in this soon rapture date that you're talking about in this video, the year 2024. Potentially it's it. Let's get excited. And you claim, again, this gives you the zeal, the energy you need to preach the gospel. But when it fails, it's all about Jesus now. So you're all excited. You have the zeal. You have all this encouragement while you're talking about it up until the moment that it fails. And then suddenly when it fails, well, you know what? It's really all about Jesus anyway. So here's a simple question for you both. Why isn't Jesus himself enough zeal to preach the gospel? Why isn't the fact that he commanded you to preach the gospel enough motivation? Why do you have to use constant hype and speculation and sensationalism that fails over and over and over again? Or how about the fact that you love your neighbor and you have lost people all around you that need to know Jesus? Isn't that enough to get you out there and preaching it? Apparently not. What are you doing here? Is this really glorifying Christ, or is it more of a entertainment vehicle for you and a bunch of other people?